My name's Paul Berry. I'm a local GP. I was working in my practice for quite a few years, and eventually the time came for me to move on and retire. So I was fortunate at that point that I'd been helping the CCG set up the Career Plus scheme, and this scheme is intended to make it easy for GPs who've left their practices to carry on working as a locum. Once you're signed up on the GP Career Plus programme, you can really pick and choose where and when you work and how much you work in the area. So we've got some GPs who are just doing 2 sessions a week, so that's a morning and an afternoon once a week. We've got other GPs that would rather work just mornings, and you are not directed at all as to which practice you go to. You can look at the possible locations and you choose yourself where you want to go, how much time and when you work. So it's a very flexible scheme, and you can also increase. You don't have to make a commitment to a particular number of sessions, and if you have a spell where you want to do more, then that's fine as well. So it's entirely down to the GP how much and when and where they work. And we looked at the reasons why doctors retire rather than continuing doing a bit of work, and the reasons they gave were around the indemnity costs, peer support. It's very isolating being a GP locum as compared to being a partner. Also the difficulty of completing appraisals and getting access to training, and the paperwork and admin involved in being a locum. So the Career Plus scheme aims to solve all those problems for the GPs. I would say it combines rurality with actually being better connected than you'd think. It's quite easy to get to London, and it's not too bad going to the west. So it's well connected. The countryside is beautiful. It's not particularly crowded, and there's access to the sea. We've got Norwich nearby, which is a very nice city with lots of cultural things going on, and Norwich City football ground, good restaurants, schools are good, houses are not too expensive, particularly compared with further south. So really it's got a lot going for it. I think people sometimes think it's cut off and remote, but my experience is that once people come here they don't want to leave again. Okay, so we have a slightly above average elderly population, so we have problems of multiple morbidities and frailty. There are some very deprived areas, particularly in Lowestoft and Great Yarmouth, and those communities have their own challenges as well, although it has to be said that they are really quite resilient and are usually a pleasure to treat. And apart from that, some parts are quite rural. It means that you sometimes have difficulty providing services into remote parts of the county. But against that, if you've got the time, a drive out into one of the little villages or hamlets is always quite interesting and pleasant.